Now, software wise, as stated before, this is pretty much the biggest difference between these two. The iPhone 6S, in my opinion, had a pretty good run. It started off, many, many years ago in 2015. And when it first came out, I don't even know what software it had, maybe like iOS 8 or iOS 9, but it's still not a bad version of software on iOS 14. So far, my experience on this phone has been pretty positive. All the videos that I've done about the iPhone 6S on iOS 14, throughout, I've said starting off, every single OS is not perfect. And when you run the latest software on the oldest supported phone, which this one is, it's not going to be a perfect experience. I've run into a lot of issues. I ran into a lot of bugs, a lot of, glitchiness, things not working, this or that. But at the end of the day, it works, it still turns on, and the basic functions are still there too. So that's a pretty important thing to keep in mind. Now, when you have a device like an iPhone 7, overall, it's going to net you a more positive experience. And the main reason for this is because the iPhone 7, from what we're reading and from what we're seeing, is going to be giving you a longer lasting phone. So because this thing came out a year after this, so this thing came out in 2016, about 5 years ago, the iPhone 7 is set to still maintain software updates at iOS 15, even potentially further. Right now, the iPhone 6S, 6S Plus, and iPhone SE are set to end on iOS 14. So this software that you're getting right now is pretty much going to be the last software that you're getting. So this is probably the biggest difference between these two phones right now. I'm going to do a speed test in a second. That may be a pretty big difference too, maybe. But I'll definitely tell you when it comes down to it, that's pretty much the biggest reason to pick this specific phone up. Not even for the software that it's on right now for iOS 14, but because of the software update that's going to be coming out potentially. Now, again, I have no way to verify this. I'm not an insider. I don't have any knowledge. If you just Google iPhone 6s iOS 15, you'll see a bunch of leaks and stuff coming out. But from what we're seeing, the iPhone 6s is set to pretty much be ending off with iOS 14. So that's pretty much the biggest difference between these two. So keep that in mind. I'm not necessarily going to say you should automatically get an iPhone 7, but that's a pretty big difference. However, the 6s is still set to get security updates for a little bit of time as well. So in terms of that, that pretty much covers up that.